Our first topic for tonight, corporate America.
Hey, can she lower that sign again? A little better lowered.
Oh yeah, sure. Corporate America. Forgive me, but I have to throw my 2 cents in here. Every time that 5 a.m. alarm goes off, I die a little. I think I can speak for most everybody when I say working for somebody else sucks. Okay. Apparently, a lot of people don't think so. The hardest thing about waking up every day is knowing that I have to go bust my balls for somebody who has more money than they know what to do with. And while I'm sweating, some old palooka is being served Eggs Benedict in bed by his Nicaraguan maid. I am sick of putting green into some corporate president's pockets who wouldn't know me if I walked up to him and punched him in his package. I have come to realize that all of us in the corporate world are nothing but numbers who resemble cattle on their way to slaughter. The thing that pisses me off about corporate work, it's the employees who do all the actual work as the top brass spend company money on hookers and noon tea times, but as soon as the company has a losing week, the employees are the ones who get whacked. That is a load of crap. How about this? Instead of giving the top monkey suit 6-figure raises when things aren't up to par, how about leaving the actual workers the hell alone and circulating that money back into the system? That way Joe Lunchbox doesn't have to get a second part-time job to put food on the table for his family. I sure as hell don't see CEOs running over to Pasternak's pawn shop to hawk their possessions for food. Yeah, I need to pawn my Jag for a few days until I get back on my feet again. Yeah, cold day in hell. When the shit hits the fan, it's the hard-working stiffs who wind up on the chopping blocks. And isn't it ironic that all these layoffs always seem to happen around Christmas? Merry Christmas to you, Herbie handworker, and your entire family. By the way, can you come into my office and bring everything in your desk with you? We're cutting out your position. Here's one from the I can't believe I heard that file. Senior Vice President of Operations at Federal Express told a nation of employees after the employees got the company through the busiest time of the year, quote, "We have to cut some hours." Now, I understand you all have families to support and bills to pay, but it's best for the company, end quote. I had to do a double take as I couldn't believe that this cocksucker had the nerve to run with that. We all have families to support and bills to pay. That's the most degrading thing I've ever heard. I'm guessing he went home to his beachfront house that overlooks the golf course as Ping, his Oriental gardener, planting the hibiscus for the spring. Kiss my ass, you uncaring, cold-hearted Scrooges. And speaking of Scrooges, note to Kmart heads, how about giving your employees holidays off? Let them spend time with their families. Turn the blue light off. You can go one day without opening your doors. If you're that concerned about making money, have some of your board members put on that gay blue apron, name tag with missing letters, and have them stand behind a register dealing with shitheads who want to save a buck on a NASCAR video. Yeah, I didn't think so. Personally, I love watching bosses and managers who get off by bossing their employees around. They walk around thinking their shit don't stink as they know that they can tell Bob to go clean up the diarrhea overflow and he can't say anything if he wants to keep his job. I can only guess these Armani suits are the same guys who frequent sex dungeons on a regular basis. At least once a week, these tan Dennis Conner lookalikes pay strippers to shove riding crops up their ass as they're not allowed to speak with the rubber ball in their mouth until Mistress Candace says it's okay to. It was a sex joke to get you going. Beautiful. Remember that. At work, he's Mr. Big Man, but after work, he's dishing out an extra Jackson to have his ball stomped on like grapes at the Robert Mondavi vineyards.
I got an email on that.
Did you?
Have you ever seen that one?
I haven't seen it, but the super in here told me about it.
That's the best.
That's brutal.
Oh.
So the next time your boss thinks he's holier than thou, just remember, before he goes home to his adulterer, crystal meth addict wife, and snot-nosed bomb-building kids, he'll be the one on all fours with a saddle on his back eating Alpo off the floor. How many people here in the studio audience work for companies who hire temporaries? Woo! Got one. It's hard to believe some of these people can't keep real jobs, huh? Some of these people are more skittish than John Goodman's jockeys. I can't help. I thought that was funny. I wrote that thinking that's a gem. I get here and it tanked. I can't help laughing every time a temp has a Vietnam flashback and starts freaking out, or when they carry on a conversation with a stapler. Or my personal favorite, when a temp has been on the job site for a half hour and wants to fist fight everybody as the alcohol level soars past their IQ. I guess I shouldn't blast these people too severely. I was a temp for a couple of years. To show you how ungrateful some corporations are, I worked as a temp for a year and a half at a company called John's Manville here in Denver. Check this out. It was my last week on the job site as my contract ran out. An employee at the company wanted a signed 8x10 photo before I left. With 4 days to go on my assignment, I accommodated the young woman. With 2 days to go on my assignment, I was called into the office of one of the corporate wigs. During my meeting with the 5'6", 110-pound old crank and his fat, bare secretary, I was informed that I was being fired for sexual harassment. Apparently, the boyfriend, I couldn't read that for a second. Apparently, the boyfriend of the girl I gave the picture to found the signed photo in her scrapbook as the caption read, quote, "licks and kisses." And since he worked for the company also, he turned it in to the paper shufflers in the legal department of the company. And because I gave the photo to her on company property and on the clock, that's not proper office conduct. Oh yeah? Suck this proper office conduct. Big man firing a temp with 10 hours to go on his contract after almost 2 years of service and 6 weeks before Christmas. I hope you can sleep at night. One of the all-time corporate blunders came a few years ago, and I couldn't make this up if I tried. During the holiday season, Federal Express hired homeless people to get them through the Christmas season. Yeah, homeless people. You know, the people who smell like piss. The people who have more alcohol in their system than James Hetfield on tour. Hetfield's in the house. I guess these guys would clock in and then immediately go raid the refrigerator in the break room. After 10 minutes of work, they'd sneak out the back door for a Mad Dog and Doobie break. From what I heard, some of these guys would even crash out in the freight cans. I wonder how many of these hobos woke up in different cities after being loaded onto the airplanes with the first overnight freight. And look at Federal Express trying to get one over. We're hiring the homeless to give them work. See how caring we are? Save the watches, the bullshit is getting deep. Allow me to translate. We're a Kathy Lee sweatshop who will pay $5 an hour with no benefits to get us through our peak season. How about this? If you've ever applied at Federal Express and been turned down, how does it make you feel when this company will hire the homeless before you? Before I wrap up this monologue, let me just say again, when you go to work Monday morning and your prick boss won't say hi to you, just remember, he or she is an unhappy dictator who has to pack their snout with booger sugar to get them through the day. And again, I thought that would kill. And the corporations you work for don't give a shit about you. In fact, they'll treat you like the bar skank, and when they're done with you, they'll kick you off the bed and tell you cab fare's on the counter. Most corporations, if they saw you walking down the street, wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. Think about that the next time your job is in a bind and you're the only one who knows what the hell is going on. That's my take, but then again, what the hell do I know? Yeah. All right.
Scott was cringing over there. He was laid off.
That's exactly who I wanted to start with.
Oh, man. He was over there tearing his eyes saying, preach it.
Did he get him a tissue?
Oh,
you were laid off, you just got laid off right before Christmas, wasn't
November 16th.
November 16th. 6 weeks before Christmas. That's sad.
Usually you're lucky if you get cab fare.
Yeah.
Hey, what company's handing on cab fare? I want to know that.
Now, when you got laid off, what'd they tell you? Just come on in, we want to talk to you, and you thought, uh-oh.
Oh, I got a phone call from...
A phone call?
Yeah, I got a phone. We knew it was, they told us 2 weeks, or a couple weeks in advance that it was going to happen, that they were laying off 750 people. And it was going to be the morning, or, you know, that day on the 16th. And so I was just sitting at my desk, and we were just waiting, you know, to see who's going, who's
getting
staying,
whacked
and
first.
stuff. And my phone rings. I look down, and
Were you laying odds or anything?
no, I didn't
started
lay
rolling,
any
you know,
odds. but
9 o'clock, Jill.
I should have, because I knew I was going to be one of the ones. So I'm like, you know, I should just, you know, make some money at this or something. But no, I look at my phone, and it has Alan on there, and that's like our director. And I'm like, oh shit, here I go.
You're next.
I was like, I'm out of here, guys. See you later. And they're like, what? And I'm like, look at my phone. And so I pick it up, and they're just like, oh, we're having a meeting. And I'm like, yeah, I can't make it right now. I can't make it.
Stay on the clock an extra half hour.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't make it. And they're like, oh, well, we need you to come up. And if you want to take the back stairs, you know, they wanted us to go to the back and take the back stairs. And
Are you serious?
oh, yeah, and at the same minute, like, I heard pagers going off and cell phones. I'm like, shh. So the guy sitting next to me, he wasn't at his desk. He was sitting at a different area, and so they paged him, said meeting in room so-and-so. So I'm like, well, let's go. We'll go golfing when we're done here.
Right through the lobby?
No, we had to go up the back stairs.
Did you have internet access at your computer?
Yeah.
You should pull a bunch of kitty porn before you left.
Yeah.
Oh, well, as soon as we leave, you know, then they shut everything down,
Oh.
and erase your whole system and everything like that.
Pull all your
so-
stuff in the
Wipe
box.
everything out.
But I had everything that I needed.
Did security
taken
have to
off.
escort you out?
Not me, they had other people, but
Really?
you could tell, like, that morning there's people walking up and down the aisles in their little security,
Oh, that's
like,
classic.
mall security uniforms and stuff.
Bro,
and
$6 an hour.
an hour.
We're gonna escort, you know, Bill out here. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
so I'm like, well, I'm going to talk to some people, and they're like, well, we need you. I'm like, I'll leave when I'm ready, so.
Good for you. When I got whacked at John's Manville, they had security escort me out. Like
How
I'm
does John's
hit, like-
Manville do?
It's some insulation company. You know the company that got busted for?
Sexual harassment?
No, that was me. They had what's the crap in the?
Oh, asbestos?
Asbestos. They got the asbestos big case about 10 years ago. Remember that? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the prick because I signed licks and kisses to a chick who wanted an autographed picture. I mean, it's just backwards. The corporate world is backwards. With all the layoffs and stuff now, I mean, it's. Do you see any way that this country is going to make it?
I don't.
Oh, yeah.
They'll make it. I'm in between the high and the low. So at my company, they laid off like 10 people in the warehouse like a month before Christmas, and they hired 2 more people in the offices. So we have there's like in the offices there's like assistants for the assistants. In the
Right.
warehouse there's like one person doing the job of 4 people.
Right. So instead of employees, you're hiring 6-figure people who do nothing,
Yeah. You know, because
and that's it's backwards. I just don't understand what the point of some of these corporations are. I mean,
Most of them are outsourcing to different companies outside of the United States.
right.
You know, and that's how I lost my job in Arizona. We found out a month before our final day that they were going to a company in Canada.
Right.
And it's
Did you at
like,
least get a good severance package or anything? Did they at least take care of you in a decent?
not really. They paid us out our vacation and everything, but that was about it.
They
So
brought-
basically, you just.
They brought in 25 Filipino girls that are making about 14 cents an hour to do your job for
Yeah.
you.
Did you
And
get a
other
severance
Canadians,
package?
though.
Yeah.
You got a severance package when you got
Yeah,
whacked?
they hooked us up pretty good. So.
Level 3?
Yeah.
Okay, I just guessed.
Level 3?
You know Brent Stanford by any chance?
No.
Okay, the big place, right? He got laid off too.
Yeah,
so.
there was. That was like you said, you know, I mean, they laid off all the employees, but then we had the managers, the directors, who are over the same. There was like, what was 8 of us?
Middle
And so we
management.
had like a manager, a director, a senior director, and all 3 of them are still there.
Well, sure.
And the thing is, I talked to all the people that are there, and they're just struggling.
Well, sure. You know, and that's one thing. I work at Federal Express. Everybody knows that by now. I don't want to say it's the worst company ever run, but
I think you already said that.
Well, they won't get back to me on our contract rates. I've had no fear. They lost our business at the mortgage company, and I've had no fewer than 6 or 7 reps call me to try to get it back. And it seems like a new one every month. And the last guy that called, She said, I want to come in and set up a time to come see you to try to get your business back. I said, well, what the fuck happened to the other 6? And that's just what I said. What other 6? And I named them up. I said, these guys, I got all their freaking cards sitting in here. No one's called me back. Well, I don't know how that's... I said, I can tell you how the shit had slipped through. I said, you guys are freaking incompetent.
Right.
You said my rates were tied to some freaking company that I've never heard of. And I said, it's never been that way. This company's always been owned by a certain person. I said, it's been like this for 5 years since I've been here. I said, I have no idea what you're doing, but just don't bother me. And Airborne Express is the same way.
Right. Airborne is worthless.
They keep coming back. They lost 3 boxes of loan files. Cost us $25,000. The files got destroyed on the way to the investor.
Oh my God.
No files. And it's like, well, sorry, we'll refund your $50 you spent to send them. Oh, thanks.
You
Cost
guys
us $25,000.
didn't insure them? You can
No,
insure
you
'em.
can't insure all the. I mean.
You know, and that's something else that these the
Well,
shipping
it's not.
companies-
We send another duplicate package, but the loan file has to get there by a certain date, or you get repriced, and that's where we lost some money is on the repricings.
You
It's
know,
like,
Federal Express and Airborne wonder why UPS is the biggest company in one of the biggest companies in America. You got incompetent people. You got incompetent people running it. What do you expect? What do you expect? They hired FedEx hired them. I heard that story and I about wet myself. I was like, you can't be serious.
Well, the newspaper hired homeless people selling papers on the corners for a long time.
Right, and we saw
Nothing like,
that
nothing
work.
like driving up to a stoplight and you what the fuck? No,
I want to buy a newspaper from this guy. Yeah, all right.
yeah, thanks. Can I have the body lice? Does that come with it?
wonder what he wiped with that in his.
No,
I was
keep
gonna
the
say he had to.
Keep the change.
brown pen.
You know, there's a group of people that love corporate America, and that's obviously like the baseball teams, the football teams,
Oh,
the
of
basketball
course.
teams. Without
Sponsorships.
them, basketball and baseball would be out of business by now.
Well, I did on the sports show. I did a little piece on the Big 12, the Dr. Pepper Big 12 championship game, where I actually cut out. It took me 2 hours in the editing room. I cut out every time a sponsorship was named, and I actually aired it on the show.
Yeah, you stopped after so long. It's like,
There's only so much. I mean, I counted 24 times, and that was in 2 hours.
You know what I love about that too is here, we noticed it here locally in our newspapers, like after Columbine and after what happened on the 11th, the full page ads, "We care about you."
yeah.
Russell
Right.
Waxman.
Except
Your family is
Okay.
important to us. God
Yeah.
bless America. I love that shtick too.
Papa John's.
Yeah.
You know, and I guarantee you, if the newspaper said, "Well, you guys do a full-page ad, that's very nice, but you can't put your name on there. You can only say pizza company," no one would do it. Guarantee you.
Right.
I love that American Furniture Warehouse.
Hey, speaking of
Yeah.
Kmart, I think they need to keep people working. I saw in the paper where they may go into Chapter 11. So
Really?
go easy on
Kmart is going
go
into
ahead,
Chapter
that's
11?
what they said in the paper.
Is Walmart
Super
kicking their
Kmart.
ass
Because
or what?
their stock went way down. Kmart's had problems for years.
I did not.
Like specials.
I did not know that.
With Costco and Sam's Club and Walmart, I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
My God.
Bigs.
Target,
Bigs.
you know.
I don't hear
Big-
Target anymore. Is Target even still around?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hear
They
anything.
just built a super Target up in my
120.
neighborhood.
A
Super Target.
Yeah,
Super
that's
Target.
Super
And
Target?
it is.
It's got the
It's
grocery
way
store
nice.
in there. It's,
Yeah, super
it's
Walmart.
all right.
Super Target.
That's a while because they have a divider, like from like the desks to the meat.
Yeah.
It's like you can pick up a chair, walk 4 feet, and you can buy steaks.
It's all right.
Where's the hooker aisle?
That's out front.
Is that up front? That's the check stands. Corporate America. What?
Checking your own groceries at King Soopers Express.
Yeah,
That
you see that?
express line.
Isn't that great?
Money in.
I bet the union hates that, huh?
That's awesome. You can
And
check.
they won't
I
take
do that. I
hundreds
can't.
either. Won't take $100 bills. It sucks.
It won't take $100 bills. I do that. I check my own groceries because I mean, come on, you're gonna.
I try to take my Schwann stamp, run over the scanner, you know, see if it works. I don't like that, man. I tell you.
Put it on,
Put
the,
it
put it on
weigh
the
it.
scale with the lettuce. You know. God, I'm better than I thought. Yeah. But would you trust 16-year-old Guadalupe to scan your groceries? Hell no. That's why I do my own. I don't mess with that
Are you
crap.
guys pro-union?
I am pro-union.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm against the union. Yeah.
I'm pro-union because you know
Unions
what?
are for it.
At Federal Express, if they were union, they wouldn't get away with half the crap they're getting away with.
When I was in-
You would get your contract back if they were pro-union.
When I was in banking for 5 years up in Craig, Colorado, coal mining country, UMWA runs that area, and most of the guys working in the coal mine are freaking smart as balsa wood. And you got about 3 smart guys that run the whole union deal, and so when they go on strike, the 3 smart guys decide what's good for everybody, and the other guys just nod and think they can make it on $400 a month strike pay with 6 kids, and it's amazing. And I mean, you're talking guys that are making $30 an hour and they're striking.
Right.
It's like, what in the freak's wrong?
Well, King Soopers employees that strike seems like every year.
Oh, I know.
What are you bitching about? For
Well,
God's
I
sake.
can see that. They don't make shit. But a coal miner, you got guys in their 30s like
Hey, they get free groceries. Get
coal
that out.
miners making $90 an hour to work a freaking holiday, and they won't do it. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, come on,
Go
it's
make
Labor Day.
$800 to work at freaking Christmas. When
They probably get all the coal they can take,
anyway.
too. They probably get a bag of coal
Yeah.
every week or something as a reward.
Coal in your stocking's a good thing.
Beautiful.
Son of a bitch.
Pass it on generation to generation. 1,000 years, it's a diamond. Hey, you could be rich.
I don't understand you.
Julie, what do you do? Are you so now that you moved back to Colorado, are you working for anybody right now?
I'm working for a small locally owned company called Apartment Finders. They have them.
Apartment Finders.
They have them in every state.
Right.
Okay,
The
in
magazine.
Colorado is a university, isn't it?
I-25 in Evans.
Evans, yeah.
That's the main office. I work up in
That's
North
like a
Bend.
little mom and pop run operation, though, right? It's not a huge.
Right. There's only 3 in our office.
Not.
Do
Oh,
they-
very cool.
Can I ask you a question? Do they put pictures on the back of milk cartons of apartments?
No.
Do they like have like fake apartments set next door, and then you go act like you live there? So when young guys go there, they say, "I want to rent this one."
No.
No, no baiting.
You know what I like about Apartment Finders? It's so funny because in the magazine, when they put the pictures in there, it's all nice and painted, and you get down there and it's a rat hole.
Spacious 2-door.
See, that's the magazine, though. We don't do the magazine.
You don't do the magazine. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You just
Just a locator service.
Oh,
So
okay.
people call us up and say, hey, I need a place to live. Okay, how's your credit? I have 2 felonies.
How about your
I
car?
have 2 felonies.
Good. We got a complex full of single gals.
We got a 6x6 cell for you with 2 felonies. You'll love it. It's cheap rent, 3 meals a day.
Section 8? Oh, sorry, can't help you.
You got a car? Well, then my job is done.
And Bob, you work for a company called Brass Smith, right?
Yeah.
How is that as a company? Somebody found that extremely funny. Brass Smith.
It's
He's laughed again. Maybe it's the words.
I have a hard time because we sell sneeze guards, which goes over the top of food at buffets. Now,
They do work though.
they
do work.
I will
But
testify
think about
to
that.
that.
That is my job. I'm almost 30 years old, and that's my legacy. Thanks to me,
you
people
make
don't
sure-
blow snot on the fucking food. That is my legacy. Like, you're not smart if you go, anyway.
You know what? People aren't. That's the problem.
Who walks to a buffet and
You'd be
that's
surprised.
my legacy. That's
You'd
what
be
I got.
surprised.
But we
could be making
appreciate
those-
that, though.
Oh, thank you.
You could
Every night I go home and just throw the rope over the shower curtain. And,
There's a place in my hometown that makes those little pee urinal deals.
The cakes?
the cakes.
Yeah,
Nice.
that you put, not the smell good thing, but that plastic deal. It's Mid-America
Oh,
Resource.
yeah.
Made in Columbus, Nebraska.
You know what? I was in the. It was the night we went over to.
Yeah, that little blue pad.
We went the night we went to.
It's me. I'm on it.
The night we went. The night we went over to the ESPN zone downtown. Now, tell me if this is wrong. I'm standing there and I'm whizzing, and I look down, and on that little mat, it says, say no to drugs. What is that? Say no. Is that our last defense on smoking a J later? You gotta pee in the urinal. Okay, it's the urinal pad, so we know.
Now, alcohol's a drug, and there you are just
Yeah, there you go.
letting loose of some drugs.
I mean, come on.
Hypocrites.
That's insane.
It's just a tough thing to swallow. I mean, there's doctors are saving lives, and
Firefighters. And,
Doctors say don't smoke, but when you go around the back of the building, they're all back there lighting up.
actually, when you guys go to DIA, those beltways, you see that BSI on top, all the black ones, those are all ours.
You're the man.
he is the man.
I keep people in line. Who wants to suck my dick?
He's a rebel. He's a rebel.
I can hear the hotline ringing.
It's it. My house is ringing.
295-4046.
Was that? That's our.
That's okay.
Our
We'll take messages for him.
Will we? All right. If you want to suck Bob's dick, 303-295, or you can call me at home. I'll pass his message along to him.
Still pimping
Any
everybody
parting
out.
shots before we get into a few headlines here?
That's corporate America.
Corporate America basically
It's like-
sucks,
I'm
so
sure
we
it's
all
been-
would pretty much agree.
It's been probably been this way for 50, 60, 70 years.
And
Probably
it's
not
going
going
to
to
be like
change now.
this until we die.
Yeah.
Corporate America sucks. What was the company that whacked you? Do you want to get any parting shots on those pricks?
No, I'll just say it's level 3. Level
You
3
might,
communication.
you might get called back. You never know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
You,
go
you and the
back.
16,000 other people they laid off, huh?
Really.
All right, so basically that's it. Corporate America, it blows. You know, take it for what you will. Personally, I think it's a load of crap. I've been working too long for corporate America. It sucks. Yeah, great. All right, it does. You know, get out of here. Laying people off before Christmas. Is that the cheesiest thing?
Are you going to live in Ontario and work for FedEx in California?
No, I'm getting out of Federal Express.
No.
I am saying I'm washing my hands.
You're going to
of that.
support
Saying
the
no to
Brown
Federal
and go UPS?
I'm not
About
gonna.
time you washed your hands.
I'm going to. Yeah, they're starting to callous over. I don't know. I'm got looking at a couple jobs right now. I got a
Gay
couple.
porn?
Gay porn is an option. You know, I'm. You know,
That rabbit porn thing.
the what?
Little rabbit, remember?
Yeah, the rabbit. Yeah, I remember that. Our buddy Stephanie Glenn.
Her favorite.
Her favorite. I am going to get into porn when I'm out there.
Wonder if Bugs would audition for that job.
You get paid to have sex. I mean, what else is there?
I hope they'll pay you by the inch.
Anyway, yeah, they get paid by the pound. I'll make 12 cents an hour. Headlines. What a dick. If you have a headline, send them to the Cone Zone, care of Axl Cones, 1209 Pennsylvania, Suite A, Denver, Colorado, 80203. If I read your headline on the air, you will get one of these T-shirts. My first headline reads, can everybody see the monitor okay?
No.
No.
You have to
You can't
pass-
see the
you have to-
monitor?
you have to pass those
I'll sit
down.
back.
Well, actually, if you're showing them there, I can lean forward.
Can you?
All right.
All right, there you go.
Do it.
Pass them
Hey,
down.
what?
Pass them down when you're done.
I will. Okay. A sniper blows off chairman-woman Denise DeFore's head during her speech at a PSRC meeting.
What's PSRC?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But I just thought it was...
Can we ask it? Blows on.
Apparently nobody else knows what that is either.
That was funny.
Did you like that, Julie? Thank you. Now through January 31st at the Buell Theater, pick up your tickets for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Dork. Here you go, Kelly. You'll like this one.
You know what? I've got a picture I need to have my brother send.
Do.
That
I'll put it
it is,
It's a riot, huh?
he has saved it for about 8 years. It was in the Columbus Telegram.
Excellent.
It'll
Do
make it.
Do it. Do it. You'll like this one.
Nothing will be as good as the open salad bar.
That was his.
All you can eat
All
salad.
you can eat
buffet?
salad bar. That was his.
That's all
This
right.
guy's sick.
You need to bring that one back and.
You know, I was going to do that because I knew you were going to be on the show tonight,
Great.
but I couldn't dig it out of time. I got 10,000 of those things sitting at
All you
home.
can eat salad buffet.
Oregon Duck football fans send get well cards to Boulder, Colorado. Okay, Bob, this is for you. This is for Bob. Seems how nobody else cares about these tonight. You'll like this one. 5 bums died in a 3-cart pileup under the Spear Viaduct earlier this week. There we go.
Goddamn cart mommy.
Little homeless jab. Beautiful. I actually have 2 for this one. Santa Claus, while peeping inside single females' windows on Christmas Eve, left some of his special eggnog in the shrubbery. Or, how much is that pervert in the window? Okay, Kelly. Here you go. Here you go. To all the Dan Issel fans out there, you will like this one. Hey, Avery, did I tell you the one about the drunk Mexican piece of shit in the welfare line 2 days before his court date?
How about this?
Okay, go ahead. All right. This is Kelly Florendo from Denver, Colorado.
Okay, how about, hey, Avery, if you can guess what I have in my hand right now, you can have a bite.
I'm going to turn the show over to you. That's all there is to it. That's awesome.
Oh, God.
Can we Florendo some, man? Pat Bolin was the Grand Marshal at this year's New Year's Eve Day Parade. Got one for that one?
Sure, it'll come up with
that
one.
works.
No? Okay. Nothing that works. Think about it. Where am I? An Afghan man is surprised to find a T-55 missile in place of where his house used to be. Okay, we got the Taliban in the house tonight, too. Excellent.
We had a house, we did.
I may get a call on this one, too. Hershey's chocolate employee Maria Gonzalez quits the company after 200 great pounds. I mean, 2 great years. And finally, we got a crowd member tonight. I knew that was coming. We got a crowd member, Bob from Denver. He sends a lot of these headlines in. This one is for you. I dedicate this one to you. And finally,
Kick out the bottom of
kick out the bottom a little.
There you go.
There we go. And finally, 6-year-old Timmy demonstrates for his dad the technique for getting that raise at work. Is that a sick picture?
Welcome to corporate America.
While his sister.
What a sister wife. That's the show. Next week, we are going to talk about the losers amongst us. That is the show. I want to thank the panel members. We'll be back again next week. That's the show. Good night.